Shalom, 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 Yashala, shalom. Before we start off, I want to praise, honor, infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, the rule to teach what is true. And a hearty shalom to all the Akim, the Aqua tuning in, shalom. All right, so today's lesson is W4Y Michigan plagues are visiting. All right, Yahweh Shai is visiting this earth with these different various plagues, man. All right, he's hitting Babylon the Great. He's hitting other parts of the country, other parts of the world. The Lord is judging the world for the wickedness that they've been committing, all right, and the bloodshed of the Israelites, all right. So the Lord is about to judge this place, man. 2/3 of our people go get it, and the rest of these heathen nations. All right, so we're just gonna jump into these different things that's playing out. Lord willing to edify. Let's go.
Future warfare. Its first live fire swarm drone exercise, South Korea's Air Force fired 8 Vulcan Gatling guns at 50 incoming drones. 6-barrel cannons can fire 3,000 rounds per minute. The result, 44 drones were shot out of the sky from just over a half a mile away. The last 6 were taken down using shotgun blasts and a laser. South Korea says the exercise will help shape its future defenses against drone swarms, a threat that's become much more urgent as wars like Ukraine have shown how mass-produced drones can overwhelm traditional defenses. And it's just one part of an expansion.
All right, so this is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye peace among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. So the Lord is putting the spirit on these heathen nations like South Korea, North Korea, China, Russia, all these different countries. The Lord's putting the spirit on them, okay, to wage war against Babylon the Great, which is America, okay, to wage war against one another, all right. So they're no longer putting all their money and resources into, farming and, building. They're putting their resources into warfare, weapons, nuclear warheads, things like that. Okay, let's continue. It says, assemble yourselves now and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. So Lord's about to judge these people, man. All right, let's see.
But you can't really be all.
Man, so a woman shared her experience after her and her friend went out yesterday. She said, I went out with a new friend, the guy opened the door for us, and she said, as you should. And I kind of just looked at her. I don't think I'm going out with her no more. I ain't gonna lie.
And that's the spirit of a lot of these women these days, man. They become proud. They believe that everything belongs to them. Everything rotates around them. All right, so this is Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction. The pride goeth before destruction, and the haughty spirit before a fall. Right. All right. A prideful woman, they're not going to be making it. All right, too much longer. 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die, man. All right, they're going to be destroyed on this side, but they're going to be brought back to the loins of the elect. All right, let's go to the next one. A lot of these women, they just don't got it. You just got to take it like that. All right. So it's judgment, man. The Lord is bringing out judgment. Luke 12:56. Ye hypocrites, you could discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you did not discern this time? All right, because it's a time of destruction. It's a time of war. It's a time of judgment. All right, and a lot of people are about to start seeing that the Lord is not playing, man. All right,
declared in occupied Crimea, and we're talking about the entire peninsula. It was announced by the Russian-installed governor, who said that starting on Friday at 1 p.m. local time, the entire peninsula is under this emergency. This comes as Ukrainian forces have been striking at everything oil and logistics of the peninsula, to the point in time to where they're restricting everything. The Russian-installed governor said in a statement online that the legal regime of the state of emergency allows us to solve these tasks of organizing the stable functioning of all spheres on which the life support of the population depends as quickly as possible. That means Russia is using the peninsula as a military state. This now grants Russian military power to restrict freedom of movement, halt enterprises, carry out evacuations, but most importantly, it's fuel, it's food and other products which they could potentially ration, so that the military gets that stuff first instead of the average person. The grand...
All right, so this is Ephesians 5 and 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Right, we're in a very evil time, man. All right, we're in a very time of Jacob's trouble, man. Soon we're going to be in that apocalyptic in time, prophecy, to where you're going to really start seeing it play out. All right, let's get this. Ecclesiastes 8 and 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it should be well with them that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, which fear before him, right? Because the Lord is going to judge his people, man. He's going to judge these heathen nations as well. All right.
Hot here in France that it is hotter than 99% of the rest of the planet. And to per capita deaths because of the heat, it is Europe that leads the world. Now, there are many reasons for that, but a big one is that air conditioning is hard to come by. As the song goes, Paris in the summer when it sizzles. Fans are flying off the shelves. Rationing here, only one per customer. And air conditioning? Did they sell out or they sell out? Oh, they sold out. Yeah. Zachary Ullman, originally from Louisville, Kentucky, says the French are racing to adapt. Do they have a choice?
Oh, I don't think so.
This latest heat wave is exposing more than just bathing suits. Unlike much of the United States, air conditioning is the exception, not the rule. Here in France, only about 1 in 4 homes has it. European regulations in some ways discourage it. Many historic buildings don't allow you to install units to preserve cultural heritage. Rare, you can be fined tens of thousands of dollars for breaking the law. In Geneva, you have to show a medical need. But taboos are reconsidered like never before.
All right, so this is 2nd Edges chapter 16, and let's get it from 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the end of the world, going into those nuclear missiles. All right, but you can also take it as the Lord is shooting off these different plagues on the earth, man. All right, heat waves, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, natural disasters. The Lord is going to work, man. It says, 2nd Edges 16 and 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Right? No. That fire that's going out, all right, it's going to be those missiles, man. But you can also see these plagues are spreading. All right, these plagues are burning this earth up, whether it be through the earthquakes or these different heat waves. All right. 2nd Edges 16 and 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days, right? The days of Jacob's trouble, the days of World War III, the days of the MOTB. All right, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine, plague, and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So the whole reason we going through things like this, the whole reason these nations and countries are going through this, is the Lord is judging everybody. All right, let's see if we can get something else.
iPads and MacBooks. The company says AI demand is spiking the cost of chips and memory. So Apple says it can no longer shield customers from those increases. For example, the entry-level MacBook, the cheapest iPad, and the iPad mini are all going up $100. iPhone prices will stay the same for now. The Apple increases follow a recent announcement from President Trump. Intel Apple deal on chips would keep prices low. It's official. Apple is raising.
All right, so everything is going to cost more, man. All right, we're going to see a huge influx of inflations. You're going to see more bankruptcies, more closures. You're going to see more shortages, okay, which is going to make things skyrocket. All right.
Was 9 months pregnant when Buckeye officer Carrie Carrico arrested her for reckless driving. Surveillance video shows Carrico pushing that woman against the wall and dragging her back to a bench.
She gets me to sit down, and she just hits me.
All right, and this is what's going to be happening all the time, man. This has been happening. All right, whether you believe it or not, man, they don't always get this on camera. Esau Edom despises us. They hate us. Okay, they do this in all they damn they do this in the police departments, they do this in courthouses, they do this everywhere, man. The chick is damn pregnant as hell, and she was clocking her in her damn face, pushing her against the wall, hitting her. All right. So Zechariah 1:11 and 5, whose possessed slay them and hold themselves not guilty. They that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So that's the spirit of these Edomites, man. They believe they could just get away with anything, It's crazy.
Issued an expected yet disappointing ruling today on temporary protected status. They determined that the courts and themselves not have the legal authority to challenge the Department of Homeland Security's determination of temporary protected status. So now 350,000 Haitians and about 6,000 Syrians no longer can continue with any type of temporary protected status. It has been officially terminated, and there are not going to be any extensions or any type of relief.
Feed up, man.
Mierda, weón. Qué lo que era, weón.
The Supreme Court just allowed Donald Trump to repeal deportation protections for people coming from countries like Haiti and Syria that are fleeing war and natural disasters. What do you think about that?
I think it's a shame. I'm not that surprised. I think it's the direction that this country's been heading for the past 4 or 6 years. It's really just a shame that a country that could present itself to asylum seekers is now losing their credibility. And I hope we can go in a different direction soon.
The Supreme Court just allowed Donald Trump to repeal deportation protections for people coming from countries like Haiti and Syria that are fleeing war and natural disasters. What do you think about that?
I think it's a shame. I'm not that surprised. I think it's the direction that
Massive wildfires across Utah are growing larger by the hour as dangerous winds and severe drought make them difficult to fight. The Cottonwood fire in Beaver County has expanded beyond 70,000 acres. That's roughly a quarter the size of New York City.
This is likely the most destructive and costly fire in terms.
All right, so this is Luke 12:40. I am coming to send fire on earth. What will I if it be already kindled? The earth is already on fire, man. Whether it be through these different people divided, whether it be through people with bombs and, shooting each other at war, whether it be through people despising one another, the world is already on fire, man. All right? You're going to see more things heat up, man, whether you like it or not.
Poisoned her daughter and 4 grandchildren in alleged murder-suicide in upstate New York. Investigators found the 6 families dead in an apartment in Mechanicville, about 20 miles north of Albany. The victims range in age from 10 to 44, and police believe that the 60-year-old grandmother poisoned them with prescription and over-the-counter medicine.
Evidence recovered during the investigation, including a handwritten note and other circumstantial evidence, strongly suggests that Amy Stedman was involved in the deaths.
All right. Luke 12 and 49. I'm send fire on earth. What will if it be already kindled? but I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how I'm straitened till it be accomplished. Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. For henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. So Lord is putting his spirit on these people to be divided, man. All right, and you're gonna see it heat up more and more. All right, a lot of these people, you know, they're just doing all type of wickedness. All right, the scripture says there be spirits that are set up for vengeance, man. You know, let's get this.
The thousands of Syrians and Haitians living in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, a second major decision today, Diane, just moments ago from the Supreme, also 6-3 with the 3 liberal justices dissenting, involved President Trump's attempt to cancel temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of immigrants and 3,000 Syrian immigrants. Federal law allows the Secretary of Homeland Security some discretion to protect people, allow them to live here and work here if the condition.
Well, we was right. Alana has been kicked out of Love Island after multiple videos and screenshots surfaced of her saying the N-word and the hard ER. Big congratulations to Arizona Country that predict
Trump won't sign a bill to build more houses and make more affordable because he doesn't want women to vote. Yesterday, Trump...
A U.S. senator is missing. Iran just a ship in the Strait of Hormuz. And, well, we have an update from the Supreme Court that
rumors of war, man.
So how big are you trying to get? How many pounds do you want to gain?
300 plus. Bigger than Gracie.
Man, and a lot of these women just sottish, man. You know, let me get this scripture. No, it's just like, man, you gotta be out your damn mind. Proverbs 9:13, a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and know of nothing. This woman don't know nothing, man. Ain't nothing to even talk about. All right.
Mr. Secretary, Mr. Secretary, do not interrupt.
Don't you point your finger at me. 450,000 kids were lost during the Biden administration. You didn't say a word about it.
Mr. Secretary, do not interrupt.
Don't you point your finger at me. Don't
I
be a
will
hypocrite.
point my finger
Don't you
at
be a hypocrite
you.
then. Didn't you?
And they get rid of 450,000 children. They do these different sacrifices and blood rituals underground, man. You know, and there's underground bunkers, you know, the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, these banking families, even these celebrities, man. Right, so literally, you know, they coming at them, telling them like, yo, y'all lost 450,000 children, man. Israelite children at that, you know. It's all got all type of weapons. They got weapons. Crazy.
Well, it looks like Russia's going to have a very hard next 40 days because President Zelensky of Ukraine announced that for the next 40 days, he's directed the SBU to wage a 40-day pressure campaign, saying, quote, for several months in a row.
Am I right? You were detained for 5 hours?
A massive search and rescue effort underway this morning in Venezuela after powerful back-to-back earthquakes rocked the country. At least 164 people killed and nearly 1,000 injured when the quake struck last night. And rescuers fear those numbers will get.
Mark 13:8, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrow. So you're going to see more earthquakes. You're going to see more natural disasters. All right, let's keep going.
This whole world is
Aiden's family who ruling the government, and I ain't gonna say it.
It's somebody ruling this whole world.
Aiden's family. Well, maybe we should change that.
That's what he's saying.
Bro, this has to be one of the big.
Let's get another one. All right. So this is Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. The Lord is judging this place, man. All right.
Post using Ruby and Sapphire. Did I just see Cartoon Network post a Happy Pride Month post using Ruby and Sapphire? Rebecca Sugar, send airstrike to the location immediately. Did I just see Cartoon Network?
Feels like almost every summer we're talking about this, and here we go again in Europe. Let's go. Some of the most impressive stats. Highest daily average temperature that was taken since average temperature for a bunch of sites in Spain and France. That's how they calculate it. It was broken in Spain and broken twice in France. It was broken 2 days yesterday, I should say, and then again today. How about the highest June temperature ever recorded in the UK at 97 degrees Fahrenheit in Gaz? France's top temperature is 112. That's very close to their all-time record of 114 in Bordeaux. And 48 people, unfortunately, in France died due to drowning.
The house needs to come clean. What we know is there's a report saying that one person in America got this special new drug. It was a 79-year-old who was very high profile. And this drug can only be given to someone under the compassionate use provision, meaning you do that if someone basically has a terminal illness. So we need to know, did Donald Trump get this special drug from Eli Lilly?
So Lord willing, as it was edified, I want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that Ruah that taught us the truth, and a hearty shalom to all the Aki and the Aqua to the name. Shalom.